Let's get ourselves connected. Gotta get yourself connected.
We love to get outside and look at different technologies, and what better place to come if you're going through your midlife crisis than to a motorcycle dealership? And what better brand to pick than Harley Davidson? Because let's face it, if you're going to retire, if you're going to go through that midlife crisis, you probably want to be on a big fat hog, and Harley Davidson has some of the best. We've come out to the Trev Deeley dealership in Western Canada, and this place is crazy. I mean, it's not just motorcycles. They've got an entire museum dedicated to Harley Davidson where they've got like bikes from the very beginning of time. Let's go inside and talk to Stuart. Well, I gotta say, I'm pretty excited about this segment because motorcycles hold a special place in my heart. So this is the bike you picked out for my midlife crisis?
Well, AJ, this is 105th anniversary Ultra Classic shown in copper and black.
Awesome colors.
Before I'd say this would be your particular motorcycle, I need to ask you a few questions first. And
could I lift it if it fell down? No.
Well, I'd ask what type of riding you plan on doing, if you plan on doing any touring, and
yep.
If you are touring, then this is a motorcycle that I would steer you towards, yes.
Oh, cool.
But I'd also want to know whereabouts you are in your driver's license.
Yeah, that's a good point too, hey? So, obviously a classic design.
Yes, the actual look of this motorcycle, the appearance hasn't changed much over 40 years, but what's under the skin really has, where we've gone to fuel injection now, anti-lock braking systems, we've gone to fly-by-wire throttle control.
Really cleaning up the whole handlebars and nice sleek look there.
Yeah, the fly-by-wire eliminates the need to lubricate throttle controls, and fly-by-wire is a term that we use in the industry to meaning that it doesn't have throttle cables on it, so you're not lubricating them, you're not having to adjust them. It's helping out with maintenance, and yeah, it's working well for us.
And so I'm not used to seeing, you know, I've been on a lot of like smaller bikes and a lot of like, you know, the crotch rockets and that kind of thing. But this obviously, like, this has got a big dashboard on it.
Yeah, all your instruments are exposed, they're easily to read.
Yeah.
You do have a CD player with MP3 compatible radio.
Awesome.
You've got CB on that. You can get GPS, satellite radio. So I
noticed I got like speaker systems built into it as well. 2
in the front, 2 in the rear, and it has a passenger to rider communication system.
And in terms of controls, like, are these fairly easy to handle in terms of driving? You know, like it feels like it's a lot of bike.
Everything's at your fingertips. So your audio controls are here. So your start and your on and off, your turn signals, all your controls are at your fingertips. So they're easy to get to.
Do these size of bikes have things like cruise control in them?
Oh, definitely, yes.
Yeah, so you can just sit back and let her go?
Oh, yes, yes.
So tell me about demographic for this bike. Who's actually buying this kind of bike?
Most the age group is about 40 plus. Okay. People that are getting close to retirement are looking at these motorcycles, and they're thinking about an ultra classic rather than a motorhome these days because of the price of gas. And usually wherever you are on a motorcycle, it's your knees are in the breeze. And to me, Harley Davidson HD stands for healing device. So it's the best form of therapy out there.
Open road, open wind?
Exactly.
I love it. Well, okay, I'll take one. Sign me up.
Oh, you bet.
So tell me about the engine in this bad boy.
Well, the Ultra Classic uses a 96 cubic inch twin-cam air-cooled motor, which is connected to a 6-speed cruise drive transmission.
Sounds like a lot of horsepower.
Yeah, it is using fuel injected these days as opposed to carburation. And the reason for the fuel injection is it's always going to give you the most efficient burn. It's always going to give you 14.6 parts air to 1 part fuel. So depending on elevation and atmospheric pressure, it's going to make the changes for you. So the bike is going to run most effectively in those conditions.
And ultimately, that's good for everything, including the environment.
Especially the environment.
Especially the environment. Now, I noticed there's a lot of heat still coming off this from it being ridden around.
Well, it is an air-cooled motor, and the nice thing that Harley Davidson does is on a cooler day, I sure like the heat coming off the engine, and I love to have a heated grip. But on hot days, you can actually direct the air at yourself, so the rider can get air directed at them through these vents. We can open up the vents down on the lower fairings.
Oh, to let air through.
To let air at the motor and at the rider's legs. So there are ways of cooling off.
Well, I know what I'm thinking about doing for my midlife crisis. Open road, lots of miles, Harley Davidson Ultra Classics, worth checking out.